Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Oh no, afternoon. Good afternoon. Clearly I'm behind the times already. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everything is working fine. Put in some comments saying hello. Let me know that you're there. We're live right now on Facebook and on YouTube and also on the Bead Spider website. So let me know where you're watching from. Hi to Jody. Hello to Maxine. Thank you for watching. Good to see you both. Let's wait a little while. We're gonna, have a little chat, talk about things. Let me know what everybody's been getting up to just in the last week or so since my last video. How's everybody doing so far? I have been very busy this week. So we did a big sale just the other day on our Aurora microcrystals, which was exceedingly popular. And because of the free postage that we were doing in North America, people went mad. So I've had a lot of orders to fill, and because Jermaine and Andrew, mother and father, are usually here to help, but they're off visiting my sister in London this last week, so I haven't. I've been doing it all by myself, so it's been lots and lots of work for me, but getting all the orders out. Let's say hello to a few people. Jody from Boston, yeah, great. Maxine, Sheila Bell, hello Sheila. Hi Matt from Bead Spider, that must be Jermaine. Jermaine is watching, I guess. She'll be commenting as Bead Spider, I guess. So if you've got any questions in the comments and I don't get around to replying to them, Jermaine probably will in the comments. So you can have a chat with Jermaine as well at the same time. Barbara says hello. Kelly, evening from Australia. Hi Kelly, thanks for watching again. You're a regular on my streams. We've got people from the Netherlands. Who have we got? Petra. Sabrina's watching in Germany. We've got Jan in Derbyshire. Chipping Norton, Sharon from Chipping Norton. We've got Anita Assad is joining from Johannesburg in South Africa. So we've got a really diverse group of people watching today. I've got myself. Barbara is in the Indiana suburbs of Chicago. New Mexico as well. We've got so many people watching from so many places. Thanks everybody for joining in. So I've got myself my cup of tea. I hope you have your beads and everything ready. If you haven't got it already, what I'm going to be doing today is, let me just see if I can show you this here. Thankfully I've got it so that I can see everybody's comments a bit better today. Last week I had a bit of trouble with viewing all of the comments. I've got them much more viewable today. So everyone, as you're commenting, I'll see them much easier this time, thankfully. But yeah, so today's project, which I will be making, I'm going to be doing, actually, let's talk about last week's video. It was a great success. Everybody watched, lots and lots of people. If you haven't seen that video yet, that was making our chenille stitch, crystal studded chenille stitch bracelet, which I'll just bring nice and close for you to see here. Here we go. One of these with the little crystal studs in them. That kit is still available on our website. And the microcrystals, of course, are still for sale. And as always, that coupon code for the US and North America works. Otherwise, if you are a member of the Bead Spider website, you can also get postage in the UK for free. We've got Angela in Hong Kong here as well. Sidmouth, Liz from Sidmouth is in here too. Let's just show you what we're going to be making today, everyone. Hi Dana as well, just joined in. Let's see, here we go. So what I'm going to be making today is this little project just here, our little Labyrinth bracelet. We do have a kit on our website. Let me just have a sip of tea, lubricate my throat a bit. So yeah, I do have the, what we're going to be making is our little Labyrinth. We do have a kit on that one. which you can get from the website. It is on sale today. Today's the 23rd of May 2020. It will be on sale until this coming Wednesday. So if you want to get a kit because you enjoy this video, the kit makes the necklace that you can see on the left there, and it will also make either 2 of the bracelets if you do them as a single sort of bracelet, or like you can see in the picture in the top right corner, as a wrap bracelet, you'll make 1 of those. So the kit will make both necklace and bracelet, or necklace and 2 single bracelets. So that is the plan for today's little video. If you want to choose your own colors, head on over. We've also got a sale on our Preciosa twin beads, because I really like using, I quite like herringbone stitch, and I think using your twin beads gives it a really fantastic effect. So if you want to head over to the Bead Spider website, www.beadspider.co.uk, our twin beads are on sale. Hi to Vicky, thanks for joining. But yeah, there's, what else have we got? So let's just pop back. I'll show you a few of the different colors that we have in the kits. So the kit, it's got 4 different colors. The one that I'm going to be making is the golden turquoise, which is the one on the left there. But we also have Twilight, Watermelon, and Lakeside. So Watermelon is the one on the right, which is the watermelon colors, obviously. Twilight is the blue and the purple. And then Lakeside, the one beside that. And then on the far left, the one I'll be making today, golden turquoise, which I have them just here in front of me. So I might as well show you the real thing. Let's just pick them up here. So the golden turquoise, this one here, I really like that they have, let's just hope I can get focus, good, these fantastic Preciosa ripple beads, they're called. They make really nice buttons for the end of your little clasp, where you can just create a little peyote loop, which is what I'm going to be making in today's video, and that just threads inside like this and works like a toggle essentially. So that's the Lakeside color. Sorry, that's the golden turquoise, which I'll be demoing today. We also do the Lakeside, which is quite a nice little color just here. I'll pop it on my wrist, a bit hairy and not so feminine, but that's okay. I'll just show you here as well. Let's get that in focus. There we go. That's the Lakeside, which has these really lovely semi-metallic colored beads. I also have the Watermelon color just here, which has, again, those same semi-metallics. But yeah, if you want to head on to the website, the kits are on sale, and so are the twin beads. So make sure you jump on and have a look at those. And lastly, if you haven't, if you're not a member of the Bead Spider website, or you're not part of our newsletter, if you want to find out about all of our fantastic deals and things that we're doing, the best way is to sign up for our newsletter. If you go onto the homepage of the website, in the top right corner, there's a little button that says Join Newsletter if you're on the desktop. Otherwise, if you're on mobile, you can open up the menu, the 3 lines on the menu, and there at the bottom, Join Newsletter, click that, pop your email address in, and then you'll be part of the family. So you'll get to see all of our lovely new kits that we do, and when I'm doing live videos, you'll be informed about those. We send an email about an hour in advance of a live video. But yeah, there's lots of things that you'll learn, and kits and sales and all sorts of things that you'll find out from being on there. So anyway, we might as well jump on in just one last time to mention, if you didn't know, I'm going to be making our a little labyrinth kit, which is this one just here. So I'll just pop that on the screen so you can have a look while I move the camera into position so that everything is prepped and ready for action for while we film. So let me just get myself all sorted. But that's the kit that we're going to be making. That's the colorway I'm going to be making as well, which is the golden turquoise, it's called. which is with Preciosa twin beads that I'll be using, which you can also use super duos if you like. But as I said, we do have a sale on our Preciosa twins, which they're a little bit more cost effective than your super duos. All of those are on sale on the Bead Spider website, so you can head on over and grab those. But yes, shall we begin? Let's begin, shall we? So I'll just show you what I've got here. So these are the colors from the golden turquoise kit. Let's just move them over a little so we can see a bit clearer. I think we have about 58 colors of the twins, but this one here, I've got a really lovely white twin bead just here, which has a fantastic coating on it, a little AB coating on it, which is color number PSTW028, if you like that particular color. I've also got a really lovely metallic gold, sort of rosy gold seed bead just here. And then also this one just here at the end, this turquoise color, which is number 36, PSTW number 36. That one there is also on the website. Our ripples, which is this lovely little fellow just here, which let's bring him a little closer. He is on the website right now. We've just released them. They come in packs. There's about 5 different colors that we have. There's like a really lovely sort of, here, I've just got a pack of them just here. The prices do vary, but they come in packs like this, so you get quite a few of them in there, about 15. But this one I really like. It's got this mottling effect. I should have taken it out of the bag. Doesn't matter. But yeah, you can see the code there, PSRP, and then the numbers come after that as per the color. So 001, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. We've got a few more people who've joined. Susan from Canada, hello. Danu from Rome. Dawn is here as well. And then Mercer from Athens. Dawn asks, how much is it in US money? I don't know exactly the exchange rate today, but I would say it's somewhere in the region of about £1 to about $1.16 maybe. So for every time it says £1, just add 16 cents to that essentially, and that'll be the price there. So I also have my Spider-Lon thread. I do have a grey one showing, but I'm actually going to use white. But if you've never used Spider-Lon thread, this one here, it's a bonded monofilament, which is fantastic. It just means that it doesn't fray. It holds the tension really nicely as well. And lastly, all of our packs of needles come with a size 11. All of our packs of thread, rather, come with a size 11 needle. Kelly says that the Ripple Bead looks like a button. It does actually. It does look quite like a button, but if you have a little look, maybe you can see it from the side. If I just pop it sideways, maybe. It's not quite flat. It's kind of got this, well, hence the name, a ripple to it. So you'll see it a bit more exaggerated when I come to showing you the diagrams, but if you want to make along with me, our pattern is on the website. It's only £2. I'm going to go through all of the diagrams with you on the screen. The pattern, it's only £2, so it's not very expensive at all, but it covers the full process beginning to end with, this is the second page here, full text showing you how to do all the steps, and then down below is your diagrams that show you can see the colors that are grayed out are previous steps, and then the ones that are brighter, which the red path goes through, are steps that you're adding new. Also, I'll just show you here. Actually, I'll show you it on the actual step photo. It makes more sense, doesn't it? So the Ripple Bead looks like this. So if you can see that at the top, this is one of the diagrams. So you'll be seeing this again a bit later. But see that image at the top? That's sort of a representation of what the Ripple Bead looks like. Mercer has asked, what size are the seed beads? I'm going to be using size 10 Preciosa seed beads. So they are pretty much exactly the same size as your Japanese size 11. So a Toho or a Miyuki 11, it's the same size as size 10 in Preciosa, but I really like Preciosas because the quality is fantastic, but because they're not, they're sort of the new kid on the block in terms of brands, you're not paying the bumper additional price for the brand name, like Miyuki especially, so you get a lot more bang for your buck. What you might get price-wise 10 grams for in Toho, you get more than double. You get about 25 grams worth of Preciosa, which if you want to jump, we've got them onto our website there. So anyway, I might as well begin, shall I? I'll just get my workspace all clear and ready. I've just got to move a few of the demo pieces I was showing you out of the way. But yeah, I recommend you, if you want, jump onto the website. I think the link to the pattern is in the description and also the kit. So if you want to make along with me, feel free to do that. But anyway, let's begin. So the first thing I'm going to do, step one, I've got to add on a stopper bead, which you can see there at the left. This is an example of the diagrams that you get in the little kit, in the pattern. If you're buying the kit, it does include the pattern. So don't worry about that. The pattern does include, the kit does include the pattern as well. So first thing that we need to do is thread on a little stopper bead, which I'm going to just do that off camera because that's not too important. You just thread through one bead once, maybe twice. Leave yourself a tail after your stopper bead, somewhere around about maybe, I don't know, about 20 to 30 centimeters, which is about 8 to 12 inches. You just thread through the bead more than once. So just one bead that's different from all the others. That's how you make a little stopper, and essentially that works as a plug on the end of your thread so that you've got something to work against. So anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is thread on some, I'll just show you. I've got my little stopper bead in the middle just here. And now what I'm going to do, as per that diagram, I'm going to add one seed bead, which they're Preciosa size 10, then one twin bead, and then two more seed beads. So Kelly says the stopper bead looks like a lifesaver. It does a bit. I've thought that before in the past too. When I was drawing it, I was like, well, whatever. But you know, it does the job. So anyway, let's begin. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to pick up one seed bead, one twin. It's important that you check both holes of your twin beads to make sure that they've got holes through both sides. So one seed bead, one twin, and then slide them down, and then two more seed beads just here. So this is how we will begin. So as you can see, I've pretty much got exactly as it was, just in that diagram just there. So that's essentially what I've done now. Where we move from here is if we just bend the thread around and curve it so that it goes through the top hole of our bead. So you just take your little beaded thread through that top hole there, out of that seed bead that we just added in, and through that top hole. So I'll just do that now. So as we can see, I've got my thread coming out of this side just here, and then we'll go into the top of the bead. Actually, do you know what? Let's zoom in a little, shall we? Can we zoom in? Here we go. Just doing it digitally. So this way, hopefully the quality stays okay, but I'll try and leave it on the table here. I'll move my beads out of the way so I've got a bit more working space. Just use my little bead sort tray here, get that out of the way. These are really good for moving your beads around and picking them up. You can literally just pick them up so easily. See, like that. They just work fantastically with your bead mat there. So I've just given myself a little bit of extra space. So yeah, hopefully now you can see a bit clearer. This is my needle now going through the top hole here. Christine asks, will this work with super duos? The answer is yes, they absolutely do. So if you've already got super duos at home, give that a go. Otherwise, have a try with the Preciosa ones. They've got a lot of really interesting colors that they do, and they tend to be quite a bit less expensive. So anyway, I'll just pull my thread nice and tight, and you can see now that pulls the 2 seed beads beside my twin. Just keep your finger on it just there, and you can see. And that pulls that nice and tight there. Now that's sitting neatly beside. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add on 2 more. I'll just flip my camera as well for next time, just so that my photos look, my work looks the same as the diagrams. I've done the diagrams for right-handed people, but I myself am a left-hander. So anyway, when it comes back to me, it'll all be flipped over as though I'm right-handed now. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I need to pick up 1 seed bead and then the twin bead of the second color. So for my current purposes, white is my color 1, which will always be blue, and my sort of tealy green color will be my color number 2, which will be represented by a purple. So that makes life easy when it comes to looking at the diagrams. You go color 1 is this, color 2 is that, and just try and remember that. So anyway, I will just thread on now, which is magically now flipped over because as though I'm a right-handed person. So I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead. I'll check both holes and go through my second color of bead there. And then what we do, ignore this little stopper bead. I made it blue so that it's very clearly out of the way, not that right, not the wrong size there, the wrong bead. So I don't thread through that. You just thread through only this 1 seed bead. So as our little diagram showed, which is this one just here, we're going through that seed bead at the bottom, which is faded out because we've already added that in. So we're going through like that. Elaine has said that she's a left-hander too. So I will do some steps where it's viewed as a left-hander, but for now, because most of you are right-handers, I'll go through it like that. So anyway, let's just pull my thread through here nice and tight, and then as you can see, when everything comes together, we need to slide it down to our stopper bead again, and then just pull nice and tight. I'll try and keep it in the center of the camera here, but when you pull that thread nice and tight, you can see it brings the 2 pieces together like this. So see how now they're at these nice 45-degree angles, just like in our diagram. There we go. That's exactly what we want. Maybe I did that a little quick. There we go. So you can see they're at nice 45-degree angles. So that's essentially where we're up to. Now what we're going to do, we're going to pick up 1 more seed bead and go through the top hole of the same twin bead. So that will be what our next step is. So I'll just do that. Whoops, sorry. I'll just do that now. Let's just transition back to me. Here we go. So with I'll pick up 1 seed bead, and then we just go through the top hole of this twin right here. So just straight through there. By the way, is everything in focus? I need to just let me know if the focus is good and if the audio is all good. It's all a learning curve for me at the moment, doing live tutorials. And when you're live, something always goes wrong. So let me know if the audio or the focus or anything is out at any point so that I can get onto it and fix it. So anyway, I've gone through that top hole bead, top hole of the twin bead now, and I've got my thread coming out just here. So what I'll do now, again, it's a very, very simple process. It's pretty much just a 2-step process that you repeat over and over and over again. So now what I'm going to do is pick up 1 seed bead and then back to the first color twin. So as always, it's important that you check both holes of your twin bead before you use it. And then we're going to go through the seed bead that's just on the far side next to the bottom of the twin we added in that just earlier. So as you can see, it's going to be coming out of this hole just here, adding on a seed bead and a twin, and then coming through this little bead just here. Sharon, thanks for letting me know that everything's working perfect, and Susan too. Okay, Patricia, the exchange rate is £1 to $1.22 or $1.70 in Canadian dollars. Just in case anyone was wondering, thanks for letting me know that, Elaine. It's always useful information. That's today's rate, though. It can change, obviously, day to day. But anyway, let's just continue back on. So if I go through just here, I'm going to go through that little seed bead and pull that nice and tight. So hopefully we can see all that. There we go, pull it nice and tight. And now you can see that we're really starting to take shape of the sort of the herringbone look of it, where you get that really nice diagonal stitch by stitch by stitch. So here's a more the complete row of it. So essentially you just got to continue on in that fashion of repeating step by step by step of adding in your so what I'll do now is I'll add in my one more seed bead and go through the top hole of my twin that I've just added just before. So again, got on one seed bead, pop that onto my thread here, and then I'll go through the top hole of that twin bead. Again, just trying to keep a nice firm tension. It's always good to have a firm tension, which if you're doing it flat on a surface like I am, the best way to do it is just keep a finger pressed on all your beads. Otherwise, hold it in your hand pinched between your index and thumb fingers. Thumb finger, that's funny. So anyway, let's just press on like that. So there you go. You can see it's really starting to take shape, and literally we're just repeating from then on those two processes. So where you flip the work every time, we're going to first add on a seed bead and a twin of the one color. Then once you're through there, you can jump on and add the seed bead to the other side of that, which is just here. You can see that just there. So that adds that on. Then next you will add on your a seed bead and the twin of the other color. And then finally, you just have to go and pick up one more seed bead and go through the top hole of that second twin. So you just repeat that over and over and over again, essentially until you're sort of the length that you were going to go. So I'll just do a few rows of that now, just to diagram, show the whole process step by step for you one by one as we go through them. So first thing we do, pick up one seed bead and one twin. Again, very important to check your holes on both sides. And then we're going to go down that seed bead just here. Pull it tight, as always. Get it nice and firm. Pick up one seed bead. And then go through this top hole. So after I've finished doing a few rows, I'll flip it over for you left-handers so that you can see how it's going to look before we progress on and start talking about other things. But so now one seed bead and one twin, now of the second color. Pull that down nice and tight. So you can see it's a very simple little stitch that we're doing to create this. It's just sort of back and forth, across, adding in your beads one by one. It's important to make sure that you do the seed bead, then the twin. That's a simple one that you might forget. You might accidentally put the twin and then the seed. But yeah, try not to do that. So anyway, let's just add my one seed bead, go through that, and then you can see I've done, just in that short amount of time, the next 4. Whoops, I've taken my needle into my bead mat. That's the hard thing about doing it on the table. Your bead mat, your needle gets caught in the bead mat. So let's just pull that nice and tight. There we go. And then there we are. See, it's coming together really nicely. So I'll just flip it over now for you left-handers like me. So there we go. It's back into left-hand view like I am. So with your left hand here, you just pick up one seed bead and one twin, like so. Jenny asks, are those size 15 seed beads? No, these are size 11, well, technically size 10 Czech seed beads, but you can also use size 11 Japanese seed beads. Preciosa size 10 is what I'm using right now, which we have, I think, somewhere in the region of 150 or 160 different teachers. Laura, thanks for the lovely bit of praise there. She said, this is on YouTube, so if you're on Facebook, you won't see this comment, but on fellow YouTube's people watching on YouTube, Laura says, their kits are amazing. You will be very happy with your purchase. Plus, you can watch the video much like a built-in teacher. So thanks for that, Laura. That's very nice of you. For those of you who are watching on Facebook, be sure to jump on over and have a look at our YouTube channel as well, because if you subscribe on YouTube, you'll get notifications, much like the people who are watching on YouTube when we do our live videos. But we also have a whole range of other videos that are on there, which I think we've got about 80 or so videos, 85 maybe, that is in our video library. Those ones are done by Jermaine, my mother, the original bead queen. She does those videos, which everybody is very always give glowing reviews of her videos, just because of her tuition process. She goes through very slowly, and the main thing people say is how soothing and nice her voice sounds. That's a very common comment that people say, that they love watching her tutorials just for the voice. But there are lots of different projects that we do. That's on our YouTube channel, so be sure to head on over. And then if you haven't, I'll just pop a comment in. I think on YouTube I put the comment already at the very top, so you can just scroll to the very top of your comment section on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, on the other hand, I'll just post that as a comment now. But join up to our newsletter. The link is coming just now. Join in to our newsletter and you will be getting notified about when we do sales, when we've got new videos coming, when we do free patterns. Because if you didn't see our like my previous videos on the making my rainbow series, sorry, just got a bit distracted there, making the rainbow series, things like that, if you missed any of those, you would find out that when we're doing these free patterns. So definitely jump on to that link, which is at the very top of YouTube, and I've just posted it. If you're, I'll pin it actually on Facebook, so hopefully you should be able to view that at the top on Facebook as well. That will take you to a nice little email sign up page. Oops, I'm not paying attention. I'm about to thread through without adding a bead. So it's always important to pay attention to what you're doing when you're in the middle of beading, or you're about to make mistakes like I was about to. So let's just unthread through that bead and make sure I add on my seed bead. Very important. Let's just pop that on there and pick up a seed bead. There we go. And we'll just continue along now. So anyway, I'll do a few more rows, but while I'm working, please send me comments. Let me know what everybody's been doing. Let's have a bit of a chat. Now's a great time for us all to have a chat. Ask me some questions if there's any questions that you want to know the answers to or anything of that nature. Now's a great time because while I'm just sitting here doing my beading to make it a bit more substantial before I add a clasp, get involved, say hello, tell me what you've been doing lately, all of these things. Let's have a nice little conversation and a chat about all of our favorite beading things that everybody's been getting up to lately. Aisha Flores, are these Super Duo beads? No, these are Preciosa twin beads, which we have them on sale at the moment. I'll just pop that on screen. So Preciosa twins, they are very, very similar to your Super Duos in size and shape and consistency. Preciosa do, though, have a very, very large range of colors. I think on our website we've got about 58, but I'm pretty sure Preciosa do something in the region of about 1,000 colors or so. But yeah, they're on sale for the next few days until Wednesday. So if you want to jump on and get some, they are on sale right now. If you are in the US or Canada, the exchange rate as supplied by Patricia Butler over on YouTube, £1 is $1.22 in the US. So very, very affordable. Marie, hello, what type of wire or thread are you using? So right now I am using the Spiderlon thread. You can get that from our website. It's a bonded monofilament thread. So it's very, very strong. It's a single piece of thread, so it doesn't fray, but because it's bonded, it almost feels a bit like it's waxy, a little bit rough, which makes getting tension, even though I'm leaving this just sitting on the table, it helps to make your tension very, very firm. Our packs on the website, they're only £1.25, so they are very, very cost effective, but they also come, every single one of our packs of Spiderlon thread, with a size 11 beading needle, which is what I'm using right now. So you can get those from the Bead Spider website. Just search for Spiderlon. Otherwise, the product code, which is probably the better way to find it, is BSLON. And then if you search for that, that will bring up all, I think there's about 10, 8, 9, 10 colors that we have of the Spiderlon thread. Bernie, she said, Bernie's been on saying she's been making face masks for the NHS. Sounds lovely. Very, that's very kind of you, Bernie, making face masks. It is a very difficult time at the moment, isn't it? So everything that everyone's doing at the moment is always a positive, but I guess my part is keeping you entertained with new projects and new things to see. So I'll just do a couple more rows and I'll just start adding on the clasp. Even though it'll only be a very, very tiny little bracelet, it'll just give you the gist of what things will look like. So you can see the stitches coming along very, very nicely. Essentially where you need to end, though, when you want to start making your start adding on your thread, is at this point here. So essentially when you just come out of your final twin bead. Oh, just back onto the thread real quickly. Mercer asks, is it similar to Fireline? So Fireline is like a plastic material, sort of like almost like a fishing line, I guess, where Fireline is bonded nylon, so it's a thread. A thread. That's the difference between the two. But it is a monofilament, so a single piece of thread rather than multiple pieces of thread twined together. This one is just a single piece of thread and then bonded. So that makes it very good. So anyway, looking at our diagram again, you can see you need to make sure
that you've got to a point where, which I'll just do that now so you can see, you've got to make sure that you get to a point where you're coming out of a twin bead. So here's one just here coming out of there. So you can see I'm coming out much like in the diagram. It doesn't matter which side you're coming out of, as long as the last thing that you do is coming out of a twin bead. So if I wanted to add another step so that I'd be coming out of one of the greeny colored ones, you can do that. Otherwise, the white is there, but you need it to be so that, like the diagram, you're coming out of the the twin bead, the top hole of a twin bead. Christine, I need this, I want it, will make it. So thanks for that, Christine. If you need the pattern, don't forget, I've put it in the description of both the Facebook Live and also the YouTube Live. So the link is there at the top in the description. So feel free to click on that and get the pattern. Otherwise, we do have the kits, which comes in these 4 lovely colors here. So the golden turquoise on the left, then Lakeside, Twilight in the middle, and then the one I really like is the watermelon on the edge there. Anita, love the diagrams, makes it easy to follow. Great, I'm glad you're enjoying the video. I've been putting a lot of time and effort into making them as easy as possible for you all at home, because I want you to subscribe and join up that and watch more of my videos, because I intend to do lots and lots and lots more. The next one, usually I've been doing them on Saturdays, so every Saturday at 1 p.m. UK time I'll be doing one, and over the next few weeks I'm planning on doing a little clasp series on a Wednesday. So I'll show you how to do what I'm about to do now, these sorts of things where you're making clasps, beaded clasps for your jewelry pieces. So anyway, with my thread coming out just like in the diagram, like so just like this, I now need to create the little loop on the top. So you can see you'll just add on all these beads just here at the top. That will add on our loop section, which we're going to peyote in a minute's time. So essentially I need to pick up 23 seed beads. 23 seed beads fits really nicely over the top of your ripple bead really nicely. So that will give you a very, very good loop. So first thing I'll do, I'll just thread on my 23 seed, whoops, wrong thing here. Let's just pick up my 23 seed beads. I could have been doing that while I was off camera. Oh well. So 1, 2, make sure you count them all because you don't want to miss any. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. That's the first 10. Slide them down. 12, 13, 14. Well done to me for graduating from primary school. I can count. 17, 18, 19, 20. I must be a big boy now. 3 more. So 21, 22, and then I've got my 23rd seed bead on there. And now, as you can see in that little diagram, I need to loop back through that one little seed bead at the very end there. So basically what I'm going to do is pass through that that little seed bead there. It's the second seed bead that I added in this step. That's the one I'm going to pass through now. So if we just bring it down back into camera view now, here we go. You can see it's this bead here. So I've just added all these ones in a row, but this one, number 2. So here's number 1, number 2. This is the one I'm about to thread through just here, so that I'll create a loop above this, and then I'll have one little bead just here that will sit flush against this twin, this white twin in this instance. So just pull it down tight, 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 tight all the way, and that will give you the start of this loop. Wait, let me just flip it so it matches the diagram a bit better. So here is the little loop, and then as you can see, here's the diagram. So I've added all of the beads, and now I just need to add 2 more seed beads to join it to the twin at the other side. So you can just see just here, it's going to be through this seed bead that I need to come. Just get myself out of the light. This seed bead here. So I'll pick up 2 seed beads, 1 and 2, and then I'll pass, as I said, through this little seed bead just here. I'll keep my tail thread out of the way, and then pass through this little seed bead here. So that's this fellow just here, through there. And then the reason I've added 2 is because this little, oops, after I said keep my tail thread out the way, I didn't. Let's just, there we go, pull that out the way. So now, as I'll pull that, you just get, there we go, a really lovely little loop sitting at the top. And because this side of your bracelet is a bit lower than this side, you need to add those extra couple of beads just so that it's fitting a little bit better. So now, essentially what I'm going to do is weave around, which I'll show you it in the next diagram just here, weave around through the beads. Wait, here we go. So what I'm going to do now that I'm coming out, we'll go through the twin bead so that we're coming out the bottom of the twin bead. Hi Melanie from South Wales, just just seen you've dropped in. Hello. And Mary from Puerto Rico, hello, and Camille as well, hello. Let's see. I'm just going to now weave through the bottom of that through the twin bead, then across the 2 seed beads, and then down the twin, up the twin, across 2 more seed beads, and then back up the other twin bead and into position so that we can start peyoteing. So if I just show you in the actual piece here, I'm going to go through this twin here, down, let's zoom in a little closer even if I can. Might get a bit poor quality all of a sudden, but hopefully it won't. So just pop that there. So down this twin bead, through those 2 seed beads here, back up the twin, and now I can go across these 2 seed beads, up here, through this central one, and then the next one as well, so that I'm coming out between the first 2 beads in the loop here and here, and then I'm ready to begin peyoteing my little thing as per this diagram. So there you can see it'll be back in position to start working again. So let's start working. So now I'll just take my thread through, whoops, nearly lost myself, through the bottom of the twin and that first seed bead, pull it through. The good thing about doing this is it helps to make my little beaded loop nice and tight. I need to pull my tail thread on my needle a bit further through. So there we go. Pull that nice and tight, and that gets everything nice and neatly into position now. So now I will go across my 2 little seed beads. Well, I've gone through this seed bead now. I need to go through this seed bead and up through the twin. So through there and up through the twin, and I can even do it now as well. So I'm also going to go through the 2 seed beads here as well, all in one go, because the needle, actually, no, it isn't going to play fun. I'll just do through these 2 beads now, just to not get ahead of myself. Pat, hi from Florida, thanks for watching. Here we go. Now I've got 2 more little seed beads to go through those 2 here, And then this is very difficult trying to do it flat on the table, but I'm trying to make it as easy for everyone to see. So if I struggle a little, but it's easier for you guys to see, then it's worth it, isn't it? Here, maybe I'll flip it over. That'll make life a bit easier for me. There we go. And then I can keep my thread out the way. Oops. Get my thread out the way. No, it's not going to happen for me. Here we go. I'll just have to do it like this. Sorry, it might be a little blurry for a second there as I get through these two beads, but then I'll put it back down so you can see. There we go. So pull that through. There we are. Nice and neat there. And now I'm coming out of these two beads here, so I need to go up this one and then through the first 3 beads here, so that I'm coming out between these 2 seed beads just here. So I'll just get that nice and close, and then through 3 seed beads. See that? 3. And then we will be in position as per our little diagram just there. So see that? There we go. So now we're in position with my thread coming out in that little spot right there. So if I just show you the next picture now, what I'm going to do is essentially peyote around the loop, adding a bead through every, and adding a bead, skip a bead, add a bead, skip a bead. Corinne, bonjour. Lovely to have you join us. So let me just continue along now. Let's start working on it just here. There we go. Oh no, wrong one. Sorry about that. Just getting used to the system still. So there, here we go. Now let's get back to beading. So I'll just peyote around very quickly. Missing the first bead, we'll go through the second. So if you don't know peyote stitch, we have a great video tutorial on our website and on our YouTube channel that will teach you all the ins and outs of doing peyote stitch, just like I'm about to now. So head on over to the Beads Biter website or onto our YouTube channel and subscribe and everything, so that you will learn about, so that you can find about peyote if you need. So now I'll skip the next bead and thread through this one here. Pull that nice and tight so that we've got a nice firm little peyote taking shape. And one more. Now, the reason I'm doing this in peyote instead of just leaving it as a loop, one, I think it's a bit more decorative, but also it does make the loop a lot more secure. So once it's all complete, it's a very, very nice, firm little loop that you create by doing that in peyote. How's everybody finding today's tutorial? Are they finding it nice and clear, enjoying it? Who's making along? Tell me who's making it, who's enjoying it, what everybody's been getting up to lately as well. Just while I make my way around the circle here, it's a good time to have a chat, have a little, you know, let me know what you're thinking, what you want to know. All of those sorts of things. So let's just keep peyoteing around. The good thing about it being seed beads as opposed to delicas, by the way, because I suppose you could do this with delicas. Seed beads, I think, work a little nicer, though. Because the seed beads have rounded edges, it makes the process... it sort of makes it a little more, it sort of rubs against itself and moves a bit more fluidly. If it's all in delica beads, because they've got these sort of hard square edges, the beads don't really sit side by side, sort of like when it moves. It makes everything a bit too stiff and solid. So I much prefer the rounded style of a seed bead for this particular type of clasp. So here we go. And we'll just keep going around once more, like there. So skip a bead and through the next one. Here we go. There we go. Oops, I almost twisted that little bead. So that can happen, that your beads can sort of twist, but it's very easy. All you got to do is just sort of keep an eye on them and just make sure the thread is in position every time you're adding a new bead. So let's just add the next one in. So we'll skip that next bead and go through the next. The good thing as well is if you can see the thread, like you can just here, you can see there's a little bit of thread just here. Well, I can. I don't know if you can quite see it on the camera, but there's a tiny bit of piece of thread showing here. When I go through this next bead, that will hide that bit of thread as it pulls it tight. So I'll just go through that next bead, just like so. There we are. And then one last one to add. Whoops. Pulled it out of the way. There we go. Slide that back down. And through this little bottom bead just here so that it's just there. There we go. And then pull that tight, and then you'll see we are exactly in position now, as per if I just go through this little middle bead here, we'll come down, and that will have us in position now to complete this little thread. We'll just weave it off like so. So there you go. That creates that nice little loop just there at the top, which let's just show it to you now. There we go. So that's my little loop at the top that I've just made for my ripple bead, which if you haven't seen those yet, I'll just pop that. So you can see it's a pretty nice size just there. And that will house my ripple very nicely, I think. So there you go. That's that one just there. Let's continue now. So to the next step, we will be, where am I up to? Oh yeah, so now we're going to jump back over to the other end. Just imagine that this is significantly longer than this, that it's this lovely length, like so, and you've made a lovely necklace or bracelet, whatever it is that you want to have done, just like in my, here we go, in this little picture just here. So see how I've got it as a necklace? Make it to the length that's going to fit you. So whether you want it to be your necklace or your rat bracelet, again, if it's much simpler and easier for you, grab one of our kits, just because then you'll have enough for a necklace and a rat bracelet, plus you get the ripple beads and the thread and everything. Hello from Belgium. That's fun. Lovely, lovely of you to join us. I'm glad it's such a multicultural group of people who've all joined in from all over the world. So anyway, now we'll just pretend that I made myself a lovely piece that isn't just a few inches long, but is in fact significantly longer, and for example is long enough to have been a full bracelet. But as you can see, it's only a small one, but we're going to pretend it's a long one. So what I'm going to do now, I'll just take off my little stopper bead, because we don't need this fellow anymore. So you just unpick it with your fingernail, little by little. You can get your thread in, but essentially you just need to, take off your stopper, and we'll start working with our tail thread. This is a good opportunity as well to make sure this bottom end is very, very tight. So just pull that nice and firm, so that that's all good, and then we'll just flip it over as though I've got a lovely long bracelet and I'm about to finish it off, and I'm not just making some silly little ring or something, which, I mean, it could make a fun ring. We'll see how it looks after I've finished, see if it fits me. But anyway, so what I'm going to do now, so I've just removed my stopper bead. The thread is coming out from just here, which in diagram form looks like this. This is where your thread is currently coming out of, in between those two seed beads, a little bit on the lower side of your end there. So that's that just there. that's where your thread needs to be coming out of. So make sure that's where you're coming out of, and then having a look at my diagram, that is in fact where I'm coming out of. So I'm coming out here, and the diagram, it's coming out there. So the same spot both times, which is good. So now what I'm going to do, I need to weave around so that I'm coming out of those top seed beads. It works much, much easier if you're coming out of those top seed beads. So it looks a bit squiggly wiggly, but have a look. This is the path that I'm going to be taking. So I'll just be weaving around that myself just now. So the first thing that you go through is that first seed bead and the little the twin bead. It doesn't matter too much the path that you take to get through, as long as it's sort of going to bring you out through those two beads just there. It's not too complex, but that's essentially where you need to come out of in the end, is between those two, at the end of those two beads. So I'll just do that now myself real quickly. But yeah, any path is fine as long as that's where you end up. You can do it as complex or as simply as you want. Like, for example, I'm sort of skipping out quite a lot of the more complex area, which I'll just show you just here. Here we go. If I bring it back to my main camera, there we are. So I've just come out of the two beads. I've went through that extra bead, through the twin, just through this bottom seed bead here, and now I'm going to go through the top twin. So it's not even the same path that I showed you, but that's why it's a bit freeform. You can do whatever you want, whatever works for you. Just get it nice and firm and tight so that everything is pulled neatly, and then in the end, you want to be coming out of the two seed beads at the top with your thread. I should have made myself a little bit extra tail thread, but that's okay. Is now coming out of this little piece here. I tell you, I have a habit of making little jewelry for little people, like last week's tutorial. I think I've still got the demo piece around on the table. Do I? No, maybe not. But I made only a teeny weeny little... this was last week's tutorial, essentially, making the Aurora microcrystal bracelet here, which if you haven't seen that video, definitely jump back. It's the most recent video on YouTube and also on Facebook. But if you go onto the Bead Spider website into our video tutorials section, which is nice and easy to find from our menu, it shows you how to do that. But yeah, if you didn't see that, that's this one here, which is the Bead Spider, the Monaco bracelet, it's called. But yeah, that's using our Aurora microcrystals, which, if you didn't see that, they are the exact same size as your size 11 seed beads. So I think I've got a link for that. I'll pop a link into the description, into the comments on Facebook here and on YouTube, for you to find the microcrystals if you want to get that. But if you're in the US or North America, I said it last time in the video, but this is the coupon code if you want to get them for free. You just pop in "Give Me Micro USA." It works in the US and Canada, so my apologies to you in Canada who want to use the code. But if you're buying just microcrystals, which is what gives you that sparkly effect as per this video, put that code in. But anyway, back to what I was doing just before, and now it's time to add on my ripple bead. So I'm just in position now. Let's just have a quick little look just here. So I've got my thread coming out of the two seed beads at the top here, and what I'm going to do is, as per this diagram, I'm going to add on two seed beads, a ripple bead, and one more seed bead. So there's your diagram just there. That will be adding on my ripple bead to create that little button the other side of my toggle, which, let me just pop it, what it's going to look like beside. So this is the other side of this is what we're about to make, this just here. We've already made our loop section, and now we need something that goes through the loop. So we're going to, just like in the diagram, two seed beads, a ripple bead, and one seed bead. So let me just do that now. I'll pick up 2 seed beads, a ripple bead. Oops. So the ripple beads have lovely big holes in the middle of them, but they're so shiny. But yeah, we've got about 5 or 6 different colors of ripple beads, and they make fantastic ends for your beaded clasps. I really, really like them. But we've just got them on the website. So if you head over to the Bead Spider website, www.beadspider.co.uk, right there on the home page, you'll find a link to the kits for this one. But you'll also find all of our new ripple beads readily accessible from the home page on the Bead Spider website. So head over there and have a look. Anyway, so now that I've got my 2 beads here and then my ripple and 1 seed bead here, I will now show you the next diagram. Essentially, skip this last seed bead. Let's show you on the diagram. Skip that last seed bead I was just showing you, and then I will thread back down through the ripple bead and the first seed bead only. The first seed bead only. That's very important. Then you add on 3 more seed beads, and I'll go through the seed beads at the top of my little piece just here. So let me just show that to you in real world. Here we go. Go. So you can see I've got my little beads, same as, oops, I should flip that over. Wait a second. So it's the same as the diagram. No, maybe I can't because, well, whatever. Anyway, so I'm coming out now from here. And then much like our diagram, I'm going to come back down and add on my beads and come through these 2 beads just here. So get it down nice and firm. Forget about this bead on the top. We don't want to thread through that one again. This one's going to work like a little plug at the top of our ripple. So through there, like that. I'll pull my thread all the way through, and then just through the first seed bead that we've just added only this one, not the second one, just this one. So we'll go through there. Oops, thread's getting a bit tangled. I should have left myself more space on my tail thread, but it doesn't matter. So maybe make your tail thread a little bit longer just to give yourself that extra space. And now you can see, here we go, we've got the startings of our little loop. So it's the same now almost as what I have just here, but I need to add in these beads to reach these other 2 seed beads just there. So just like in our diagram, I'll pick up 3 seed beads and then thread through those 2 just there. So let's just add that in now. So 1, 2, 3 seed beads, and then through these 2 beads, both of these beads just here we want to go through. So through those 2 there, and pull that nice and tightly. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Pull this through. There we are. And then you can see, now I have, see this lovely little arch over the top of that last herringbone? That's exactly what I wanted to achieve, which now essentially means that if once I'm ready, all I have to do now is just weave my thread through into here, tying the occasional knots, which I'll do, and essentially that's pretty much our little piece of jewelry finished. So you can, and I do recommend, especially because there'll be quite a bit of force going through here, go through here at least once more. It's important that you do that. Kelly, is there a right side and a wrong side of a ripple bead? No, for most part, no. The colors that we bought, our initial color choices, we only chose ones that were the same on top and on bottom. Others, though, they do have a coating on one side and not on the other. So you do need to be careful if you're getting those. But for example, I'll just show you this one just here. Let's have a look, which is another color that we sell on our website. Let me just get it in focus. There we go. So you can see it's exactly the same. It's got a nice big hole there. And then you flip it over. And exactly the same. But I really like these beads. They are the color number 2, PSRP 002. Ripple Bead. They almost look like amber. They've got like a Picasso finish inside the glass, and it really makes them look like they're made out of amber, which I love. But anyway, approximately how many twin beads per inch? So the twins, if you're going to put them on a thread, they will, oops, I'm out of focus, sorry about that. They will sit side by side like this. So I think if you had them all side by side on a thread, let's do it as an experiment. I've got a pack here. Let's get a few out and let's have a look. Great question. I have a feeling they are a little bit, I think they're about maybe 5mm thick or so. So if we just thread a few on, you can see to get an inch's worth. Oh, and plus this is another fantastic effect about ripple beads. Because they all sort of have that odd rippling shape about them, they interlock with each other really, really nicely when you put them side by side like that. So how good does that look? See how they sort of ripple side by side and lock in? So anyway, that's what they look like. So if we say we've probably got 5 to an inch, maybe. How's that looking? That's about an inch worth, I'd say. So then you can see they lock in really, really beautifully, which make fantastic elastic bracelets, I would think. Maybe I should do a fun little elastic bracelet with these. Susan from Alabama, hello. But yeah, so that's about an inch worth, I guess. So that's the size of the ripple bead. So make sure you take a look at those on our website. Straight on the homepage, you'll find them. But anyway, so that's basically the entirety of my little demo there. If we pretend that I made this much longer one, here's one I made earlier, you see when it comes to using it, the ripple bead, it just fits perfectly inside of your loop of seed beads, so that when you're wearing it, which I will do on my hairy arm, which isn't so perfect for lovely jewelry, but whatever. Let me just zoom out a bit here so we can see a bit more. I'll pop it onto my wrist. I'll put it in focus. But yeah, then what we do, because I've made one that's like a double wrap length, funnily enough, it's my length, my size. You just pop it on like so. Oops. If I can get that through. There we go. And the ripple actually also makes, oh dear, doesn't quite suit me, but you know, let's just get me in focus here. Should have done it with my other hand so I could still use the mouse. But yeah, the ripple makes a really lovely, do you know what, I'm not going to show it on me. Let's as lovely, as much as it makes my eyes pop, I'll show you it on our model, Maxine. There in the top right corner, you can see you can use that wrap bracelet, the ripple as a focal point on your bracelet. So essentially that is how your finished demo piece should look. And if you want to jump onto the Bead Spider website, we do have our kit for sale at the moment. It's discounted until Wednesday. So today is the 23rd. It's of May 2020. Up until, what's Wednesday going to be? Wait a second, let's just find out what the date will be on Wednesday. Essentially, all of our twin beads and the kit will be on sale until, it's going to be the 27th? Let's have a look. Yes, the 27th. So you have until the 27th if you want to get our little Labyrinth kit on sale. The pattern as well is on sale, which the link to that is in the comments section of, if you're watching on YouTube, it's on YouTube. If you are watching on Facebook, you will also be able to find it in the description there as well. Our twin beads are also on sale right now, again till the 27th. So make sure you are hopping on and watching. That you can grab them from there as well. So those are your two different places that you can get them. The Christina, she's asking how many beads do you need? So for the, let me just bring it back to me and we'll have a little chat, shall we? So no, wrong one. Here we go. We want me. That's it. So if we, wait a second, there we go. If we have a look, if you want to make a wrap bracelet like this one, you don't need too many beads actually. In our kit that we do, we give you 24 grams of twin beads in total, so 12 of 2 different colors. And then we also give you, I think it's only 10 grams of seed beads that you need. So it's not terribly too many. And with your 24 grams of twins and 10 grams of seed beads, you can make one wrap bracelet like this one that that I showed you, that wraps around like so. You can make one of those, and also the necklace version, which is longer than this, obviously, another third on top. But yeah, you also get in your kit 5 of these little lovely ripple beads as well, which I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, all of those things are on the yes, you get 10 grams of your Preciosa size 10s, and then 2 packets of twin beads, which essentially equate to 12 grams per packet, on your in the kit there. But that's essentially all that you need to make all of those projects. So we do make it great value. If you do want to grab a kit, it is discounted and includes the pattern instructions, which we give you a hard copy printout, and we do ship worldwide. And then otherwise, the twins are on sale right now. The pattern just on its own is on sale. The video is pretty comprehensive, so that's definitely worth watching as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed all of my tuition today. I haven't quite decided what will be next Saturday's video. I probably should have had a little look on and thought about that. But on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, I will be doing a tutorial video on a beaded clasp. So I'll just make a clasp, essentially, that you can attach to more or less any beadwork that you want. We use it in quite a few of our different projects, but it's very, very versatile, and beaded clasps are extremely useful because if you or someone you know, or if you're making to sell, if you're doing clasps and they use little metal components, for example, you can find that there are people who are allergic to metals, and that's sort of a problem. Christina says, how much in US dollars? So if you're getting the pattern, if you get the pattern today, because it's on sale, so you've got until Wednesday the 27th of May. If you get the pattern now, based on today's exchange rate, the pattern will be $2.40. So very, very reasonable. The kit itself, I think, is going to be somewhere in the region of about $12, but it makes necklace and bracelet, so it works out very, very affordable for that. So very, very inexpensive in terms of a kit in US dollars, and we do ship worldwide, so be sure to have a little look. But yeah, so I've got to do my clasp video on Wednesday, and then next Saturday I'll be doing another project much like the one I sort of did today, where we go through the entire technique process, and I'll use the diagrams, but it's a process of making the videos better and better each time. So hopefully next time my video will be even better. If you thought today's video was great, people really seem to have liked the introduction of the diagram images, which I'm glad that seems to have worked well. But yeah, there's a lot more coming. Definitely, if you want to have a look and you want to find out about our videos that we do, make sure you sign up to our Bead Spider News newsletter, which it's on YouTube. It's going to be the very, very first comment, because I put that one on there with a link to the newsletter sign up, and on Facebook it's the pinned comment, so it should also be at the top there too. Good question. Elaine asks, what time will I be on Wednesday? So it will be same as today, so whatever the time it was where you are, whatever this time video started today, that is the time I'll start on Wednesday, because I sort of like doing 1 p.m. ones, because people in Australia haven't quite gone to bed yet. People in the UK, it's the middle of the day, so you know they're about, especially with lockdown at the minute, everybody's got some time on their hands. And then if you're in the US, it'll be nice early in the morning, and then
yeah, so it sort of covers everyone. But yeah, that's about the time that I'm going to do all of my live videos in the coming weeks, months, years, however long it goes on for. But yeah, Wednesday 1 p.m. UK time will be the next clasp video, and then Saturday 1 p.m. So Wednesday the 27th 1 p.m. UK time, and then let's just have a little look here. Saturday the 30th will be my next video that I will be making. So I look forward to seeing you all then. I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial. Don't forget, I'll just pop it back up on the screen so that you can see. There's 4 colors of kit that we have, which the kit includes the pattern. You don't need to pay additional for that, so you don't have to. I know a lot of companies sell the kit and the instructions separate. We don't. We do them all together. But yeah, there's 4 colors of that little labyrinth kit, which I think we've got good stock of all of them at the minute. I'll just make sure, because we've probably sold quite a few of them during this live stream. I'll make sure that we've got a few more in stock just to make sure we don't run out. So if there's any colors missing, wait about 5 minutes, because I'll go on and I'll put them in stock to make sure that they're in stock now. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Let's just bring it back to me, because I'm sure you want to see me. But yes, that way I can wave goodbye to you all. But yeah, make sure Wednesday 1 p.m. grab your cup of tea, get ready, get your bead mat out, get your beads all ready. You're only going to need some seed beads for the next tutorial. So size 11s, if you've got Japanese ones lying around at home, use them. Otherwise, check size 10s. If you've never used them, try them out. I will maybe I'll make a coupon code for Wednesday for a 1-day only little coupon flash sale, that if you're watching, I'll bring it up and you can try out some Preciosa seed beads. But yeah, definitely I'll see you all on Wednesday, and thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, because I did, very much so. But yeah, until Wednesday, thanks again. I'll see you later. Bye bye.